MTC 2023 EBS Chapter 2 Number 01. The darkness of the old main building towered in front of me. Nothing moved, but I could feel eyes watching. "Hello!" I cried out to the stillness. "Is anyone there?" My voice trembled. I walked away from the hall and entered the shadows draping the building. Emptiness and darkness surrounded me. My footsteps echoed on the paths. A few times, slight movement at the corner of my vision made my head snap around. Shadows played tricks. More than once I thought I saw a ghostly figure standing at a dark corner. My heart pounded and I could feel myself shaking with fear. Yellow security lights glowed overhead. As I made my way to the stairs leading to the basement, the sense of being watched grew stronger. I knew something was down there. A dreadful feeling of horror crept over my heart, and I could feel a cold sweat coming on. I watched for shifting shapes within the shadows, but couldn't see anything. 2023 EBS Chapter 2 Number 02. I was at the ball, sitting, nervously waiting for somebody. Hoffner kept asking me to dance, and I kept refusing angrily every time. Hoffner. People were dancing and laughing happily all around, all dressed elegantly in fancy dresses. It was like a carnival party, but with a sort of dark atmosphere that wasn't pleasant at all. I was stuck, sitting in a corner with nobody around me. I felt uncomfortable, wanting to be somewhere else. My anxiety kept growing and growing, when suddenly, the man that I was longing for appeared. It was the farmer I had crashed into in the village. Feeling overjoyed, I felt as though everything around me had suddenly disappeared. He walked triumphantly towards me, bowed, and asked me for a dance. 2023 EBS Chapter 2 Number 03. It was morning as I stepped out into the fresh air onto the porch, yawning sleepily. The smell of fresh dew filled my nose as well as another scent, similar to vanilla yet much more sweet, which came from the grass. Water dripped from the leaves above, falling on my head and refreshing my body and senses. I took a deep breath and started down the stairway. Getting to the bottom, I stepped lightly on the moist grass. It seemed that there had been a small rain shower, and the dim light and the water made the forest sparkle like it was covered with small crystals that twinkled in the morning light. Silence all around and the sheer beauty made my heart and mind fly. I sat on the grass by the lake, watching the water and the fish, just letting myself slip away. 2023 EBS Chapter 2 Number 04. My first audition experience started with my first exposure to a cattle room, a place where all auditioners are sent to warm up together. As I warmed up for my audition in a large room with at least a dozen other piccoloists, I ran through the excerpt from the Semiramide Overture. Semiramide. This excerpt was not difficult for me, nor did I feel threatened by any of the players in the room. Actually, I had practiced it hundreds of times, so I had faith that I would do well in the audition. But I messed up the first run through. I played it again and made the same mistake. Instead of stopping and slowing the music down to correct the problem, I continued to play it in succession, getting more worked up and making the same mistake every time. When I finally gave in and slowed it down to clean it up, the damage had already been done. By the time I exited the room, I was a bundle of nerves and had set myself up for the worst audition experience I ever had. MTC. Good job.